And as Congress returns to work after a 2-week recess, they face a growing to-do list. Norman Seawright spoke with Representative Morgan McGarvey today as he prepares to head back to Washington. Norman, what did he tell you?
Well, Jennifer, during a visit to the Smoketown Community Center, Representative Morgan McGarvey also took issue with the president's remarks against Pope Leo. In the face of a military conflict, he says the president had no authority to launch in the first place.
To see the President of the United States personally attacking the Pope, who's simply saying that we shouldn't be killing civilians, it's wrong.
In response to the president's comments, Louisville Archbishop Shelton Fobb says in a statement that he stands in solidarity with the Holy Father as he speaks out against war and speaks truth about the gospel with the mission to bring people closer to God. As the Vicar of Christ, Pope Leo XIV will continue to advocate for peace, spread the message of hope, and pray for a conversion of hearts. Congressman Morgan McGarvey called the president's next move blasphemous.
The president attacked the Pope. He put a picture of himself as Jesus. Then he lied about it after he took it down. It's the exact opposite teachings of the Bible.
At issue is the war in Iran, which McGarvey says should be stopped.
No president has the power to put our country at war. Congress has to take that power back.
At the same time, the conflict has driven gas prices up.
The president's war of choice has gas in Louisville at $4.29 right now, and people are struggling. So we want to make sure our TSA workers have what they need to get by.
Congress will resume the fight over a partially shut down Department of Homeland Security, which has ordered thousands of furloughed employees back to work.
Pay our TSA workers, pay our Coast Guard, pay FEMA, but we're not going to give any money to ICE right now based on what they're doing.
So talking with students at the Smoketown Community Center is a welcome visit before McGarvey returns to Washington.
They've understood a little bit about his job, which is awesome. And anytime you can understand your elected officials' responsibilities and holding them accountable to those responsibilities is awesome.
To come and highlight the work of their team, of the volunteers of this community who are lifting up our kids and making sure they're successful, I think is really important.
Congressman McGarvey also says members of Congress who have been accused of sexual misconduct should resign or be expelled. Since then, California Representative Eric Swalwell and Texas Representative Tony Gonzalez have announced plans to resign following allegations that both men had sexual relationships with staffers. Live in the newsroom, Norman Seawright, WLKY.